Welcome back to the 90's Guyz podcast. Damn it, we missed you. My name's Brian.
And I'm Jed.
Also known as the Sisquitch, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Yeti, and Mudman.
Mudman.
Momo the Mudman.
Momo the Monster Mudman.
Yeah. Welcome into our podcast. It's so good to be back with you.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. We hope that your ears are thoroughly enjoying all of our vibrations.
Right. Can you feel this?
Hey, baby. If you haven't listened before, we love to talk about nostalgic stuff from the 90s and 2000s, TVs, movies, cartoons, whatever the hell we want to talk about.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. That's what we do.
So we like
and we don't care.
Yeah.
We have no bones about it.
I'm
getting riled up, Brian.
You really are.
I am. I'm getting frustrated.
Whoa, Jed, take it easy, man.
Okay.
Jed pointed a gun at me for a minute.
Yeah.
Scary.
At least I didn't squirt you in the eye.
If you haven't listened to our podcast, what were we talking about? Oh, was it Flapjack?
No, I think it was Flap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about Flapjack. I asked Jed, we were doing rapid fire questions. I asked him, what are the odds that I have a gun on me right now? He said none. And I pulled out a squirt gun and said, take this, bitch. And I squirted him right in the eye.
Right in the eye. It made me cry. Water.
It happens.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
So I'm a little hurt, a little upset.
It's okay.
So.
Well, hey, we're gonna do a little bit of a birthday reveal gift. You have a gift for my birthday coming up in a few minutes, but I want to mention first, in our featured topic, we're going to be talking about
Home improvement.
Home improvement.
Home improvement.
So you got to stick around for that.
Yeah, I loved home improvement.
But tell me, buddy, how was your week?
It was good. I actually I ran into your mom the other day at the grocery store.
Oh, yeah? I really don't appreciate you talking about my mother.
Well, I don't appreciate that tone.
Well, I don't appreciate your face, Squatch boy.
Oh, yeah? Who you calling Squatch boy? Big nose.
Why don't you just shut up?
Make me.
I don't make monkeys. I just train them.
Why don't you go play in traffic, Frogger?
Oh, you son of a biscuit-eating bulldog.
What the French toast?
You know what? I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Oh, you're nothing but a doo-doo head cootie queen.
Who were you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Boo hoo.
Quit crying, you big baby.
Oh, my God. You know what? I'm crying because of the stench in this room. What, are you bathing in a vat of onions?
Well, at least I'm not sporting a unibrow. Ever heard of tweezers, son?
Oh, yeah. Nice teeth. Ever heard of a toothbrush?
Have you know that my great uncle invented the toothbrush.
What? No way. I didn't know you were related to the famous Jerry Walls.
Oh, yeah. Really nice guy. Always gave amazing Christmas gifts.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Unlike you nerd.
You know what? You're just jealous because I was born with normal feet, you freak.
Hey, I can't help it that I was born with web toes, jerk off. Take one. You're one to talk. Meatball eyes.
Hey, don't you bring my Italian heritage into this.
Last time I saw something as ugly as you, I was flushing it down the toilet.
Oh, well, the last time I saw something as ugly as you, it was being thrown by monkeys at the zoo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Fat boy.
Old cow.
Bonehead.
Dip dong.
Jackwagon.
Stupid hussy.
Yeah.
Take that! Take that, you idiot!
Stupid. Your brother.
Hey, don't talk about my mom! Take that! Ass!
Stupid turd nuggets.
That's it! Hey, okay, truce. I'm sorry, bud.
I'm sorry, pal.
I love you.
I love you more. And guess what? I love you so much more that here's your birthday present.
Yes!
I wrapped one of them specially for you.
No, the post office did. Wow. Okay, so one of them is already open. Wow. It's a Roku.
Yeah. We've been talking about, I found this great app on Roku and TVs. It's called Pluto TV, and it has free TV on it. And one of our favorite shows is Dog, the Bounty Hunter.
Yep.
And it has a 24-hour Dog the Bounty Hunter show. And then the other thing it has Nickelodeon, and they play like 90s Nickelodeon stuff. Like today, before Brian and I did this, I was watching old school Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then they have like Rocco and Rugrats and Doug and Hey Arnold and Keenan and Kel and all that stuff.
I can't
and it's
wait.
All free. It's got commercials and stuff, but it's free. So I thought Brian, he loves that stuff too, and you know, I had a Roku laying around that is still in the box.
Yeah.
Brand
Thank
new.
You, bud. It is. You know, actually, can you give me just a second? I'm gonna look up how much this is worth on eBay. Thanks, bud. I like that a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll have to use it, and I'll use it as show material for our throwback shows.
Yeah, there we go. And then this is something super special that I know Brian will absolutely love. Just be very, very careful with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
So, because I don't know if they put it in a protective case or not. I hope they did.
Is it a condom?
Yeah. Do you put those in protective cases?
I've protected them before.
Okay, good. They put it in a protective case.
It's a card of sorts.
Yes.
I'm not going to look at it yet. It's covered in paper.
It's got the...
Okay.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Oh, what? A David Freeze card?
It's got his bat.
No.
Yeah.
What?
It's got a chunk of his bat.
Dude. Thanks, buddy.
I told you. I knew as soon as I saw it that you would love it.
That's incredible.
So Brian used to love to brag about how he lived down the street from David Freeze.
Dude, but David, I love David Freeze.
He's a good guy.
He's amazing.
So, and was a longtime Cardinals, and one of the reasons that we won one of our World Series was because of David Freeze. And I saw that, and I was like, I got to get that for him.
You're getting a big old hug when we get done with this podcast. Dude, I love that. Thank you.
No problem.
Holy mackerel.
So, and I think that's equal enough to what Brian gave to me, which I absolutely love, which is the Rocco cell that he got me.
Very true.
Yeah.
Wow. David Freeze is the best. Can we just say?
I do. He was awesome.
David, if you're listening, we love you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for that World Series and also the excellent Emos commercials.
I was just going to say something about the Emos pizza commercials.
I liked them. I thought they were funny.
Yeah.
All right. That's funny. Thank you, bud.
You're welcome.
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know it's a little late, but better late than never.
It happens, man. I always had I had my godmother, my aunt Patty. She would always give me my birthday gift like a month after my birthday, and it was the best because I forgot I had a birthday, and all of a sudden I'm getting a gift. I'm like,
that's
hell
awesome.
Yeah. So no problem there. Wow. All right. Well, thank you, my friend.
You're welcome. And I'm sorry about saying something about your mom.
You know what? I overreacted.
Okay.
It
was good seeing her at the grocery store, though.
You son of a bitch. All right, let's jump into our featured topic.
Yep.
We got to take a break and let's get into
it.
We're talking about
home improvement.
Home improvement.
Yes.
So do us a favor. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back in just a minute with more of the 90s Guys podcast. Welcome back into the 90s Guys podcast. My name's Brian.
And I'm Jed.
And we are so glad you decided to stick around for our featured segment. Let's give them just a little hint as to what we're talking about.
Well, have you calmed down? That's the last segment. I mean,
you want to go again?
No, I'm trying to make sure that you're... Put the gun down.
I still have the squirt gun.
Put the gun down.
I'll shoot you right in the... I'll get the other eye. Oh my gosh, you weirdo.
Yeah. So we're going to get into what? What are we doing again?
Well, I want to give them... Let's give them a audio clue.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's make sure. Hopefully it's not a commercial.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly
There's
can
a
help.
commercial.
This sentence is grammatically correct.
That sentence is grammatically
wording
correct.
is
Skipping this
hard
crap. You ready?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm thinking that's the mating call of the North American
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, yes. So, otherwise known as Tim Taylor.
Tim Taylor.
The father of the Taylor family and Home Improvement.
Tim Taylor, the tool man.
Well, yeah, but he's the father
You're
of...
right.
Yeah.
Home Improvement.
Home Improvement.
Such an amazing show.
Wannabe Bob Vila.
Right. Do you know your first memory of Home Improvement?
I yes, to an extent. I mean, it came out in 91, so I was still somewhat young. I mean, I was like 5, 6 years old. But I do remember my dad grunting all the time.
Really?
Because he was a huge fan of Tim Allen's stand-up comedy. So he used to do that. Arr, 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 arr. Like anytime we would talk about anything that had to do with mechanical stuff or building anything, he'd be like, arr, 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 like all the time.
You're
and then
Dad, you're scaring me.
Yeah. And then Home Improvement comes out, and I figure out where he gets it from. And
that's funny.
Oh, it's just the perfect dynamic for a family, and I just loved it. It was, and this is another show that had a room that was just freaking awesome.
Yes.
Randy and Brad's room.
Yep.
The way they had their bed set up and stuff like that, it was just so awesome.
It was so cool.
So the characters are Tim, Jill, Randy, Mark, and Brad.
Well, but also and the family. But you got to talk about the neighbor.
Oh, Wilson.
Wilson.
May he rest in peace.
I know.
I was sad that he passed away. And you never saw his face, which was the best.
You're right about that. And actually, I have something to show you. I'm about to show you something, my friend.
No, I don't want to see it.
I'm
Don't
showing
ruin
it
my
to
childhood.
you. I'm showing it. Look.
Oh, what a handsome man.
I know. Now watch this. Look what I did for you.
Oh, you put a fence in front of him. Oh, that's awesome. Where's his hat?
Shut up. Put so much effort into this.
That's so awesome.
Good, but isn't that? Can't you tell it's him?
Yeah, oh, yeah, you can. You need to put that on our
We'll take a picture of that.
That's awesome that you did that. That's so funny.
I took a picture of Wilson and his actual face, because you never saw his face in the show. Yeah. And actually, I printed out a picture of a fence and I cut it out so Jake could get the full effect. But that was one of the really cool elements about the show, is it had so many little nuances. One of them was being Wilson, the neighbor, who you only ever saw his eyes.
Yeah.
Also, Tim was a host of a Tool show.
Yeah. Well, going back to Wilson really quick before we go too far, it's the fact that he was kind of the guru to Tim.
Yes.
Anytime Tim had a problem, he went and talked to Wilson. And then the best part of it was he would always have something amazing to say, and then Tim would go back and screw it up completely, and it would make no sense. So I love that dynamic between Tim and Wilson, and it was fantastic.
And Wilson had a great voice.
Oh, yes.
Wilson actually, the actor, did a lot of radio work.
Yeah. And I thought he was a Shakespearean actor for a while, too. Yeah. So that's, how he has all this wisdom and,
Tim, I got some advice for you if you want it.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to cut you off, but I wanted, before we got too far from Wilson, I wanted to
You're fine.
So what you were saying, he was the...
I want to see you one more time. Yeah. Ready?
What?
Howdy do, neighbor.
Howdy do.
What do you say?
Yeah, howdy do, neighbor.
Howdy do, neighbor.
Yeah.
I'll see you later, Tim.
All right.
I'm just doing puppetry from Jed.
I'm enjoying it.
Good.
Anyway, yeah, so Tim was the host of a Tool show with his sidekick, Al.
Yep.
Who Tim just picked on constantly, and his mother.
Yep.
And all the stuff that happened on that show.
Oh.
I mean, he would always be breaking something, blowing up something, blowing himself up.
Yep.
I mean, the slapstick comedy in this was really, really good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So,
what about the Tool girls?
Oh yeah. Oh, first one was Jenny McCarthy herself.
It was Jenny McCarthy?
Yeah, the original one for the first 2 seasons was Jenny McCarthy.
Oh my gosh.
And then I don't remember the actress's name, but Heidi was the second one.
Right.
And the funny thing is she showed up in one of the earlier episodes as Kiki, a girl that he met at a restaurant, and she wanted his autograph.
What?
Yeah. And it was like Jill and him had been fighting about him looking at other girls.
Oh.
And so she shows up to give an autograph from him, and she's like, "Can you make it out to my name?" And he said, "Kiki." And he goes, "Yeah." So he starts writing Kiki. He goes, "Well, can you make it out to my full name? Kiki Von blah, 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 blah." And he's like shaking his hand because his hand's starting to hurt because her last name's so long. And then Jill comes out right in the middle of doing it. But yeah, then she turns out to become Heidi in a later episode.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So
that's like a deep fan fact.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Yeah, deep fan fact.
Wow.
So, but you got to say, I mean, all that stuff that happened, that was fantastic. But I personally loved the relationship between Jill and Tim.
Yes.
The way they fought, and then they would make up, and just the way that she just ragged on him so much about stuff, and all the insults that he didn't get because he was some dumb ape. Yeah. So
didn't it feel like a very genuine relationship to
you? Yeah, and I think that works for the aspect. I think that Patricia is her first name. I can't remember what her last name is. And Tim, I think they were really close in real life, friend-wise.
I believe that.
To the fact that she's even showed up on the new show, Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
So
when you have chemistry with an actress or actor like that, it's something that you want to recreate. It's just you don't always come across that.
And you want to talk about something like that. His relationships with the actors that played the boys, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, I can't think of Brad's name or the other one. They all had 3 names, which I thought was funny. He really cared for those boys, and it actually, when Jonathan Taylor Thomas left to go do other stuff, it really hurt Tim Allen. But they kind of raised those boys not typical to how most child actors were raised. They didn't let him get into the drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. They kept him because Tim didn't want that, because Tim himself was, had gotten in trouble for drugs and stuff like that in the past.
Right.
So he didn't want them to have to deal with that,
Such a nice guy.
So, and that leads to, when it finally ended after 8 seasons, one of the reasons he didn't want to come back was because it wasn't going to be everybody, because Jonathan Taylor Thomas didn't want to do it anymore.
He wanted it pure.
He could have made, they had something like, he was going to be making like $40 million an episode if they brought it back for one more season.
Oh my God.
And he didn't care about the money. He cared more about the people he worked with.
Oh.
And, that's why it wasn't, he's like, I don't want to give him a show that my heart's not in anymore.
Absolutely.
I don't want to do that to the fans. So to pass up all that money, which most people, hell, I probably would be like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So.
But also, it did have 204 episodes, which is quite a long run.
Oh, yeah, it ran for eight seasons.
And they're half-hour episodes. I mean, that's significant for filming.
Yeah. So, but no, I just it was just a great show. I mean, all the stupid stuff that they did, him rewiring stuff and blowing stuff at the house, when he sends the grill into orbit.
Yes,
he blows up the grill. But
what about just
the other aspect that I loved about the show?
Yeah,
was he was really into the holidays, and the Christmas specials were always so good.
Yes,
especially the one where he makes Jill dress up as Mrs. Claus.
Ooh,
so
you're right.
Yeah, but no, that's one of the things. And me and my family, we still watch. Like during Halloween, we watched Roseanne because she was big into the Halloween specials, which he was too.
Roseanne was big.
It was, yeah. But the Home Improvement was huge into the Halloween ones too, because they had some great ones. But he seemed really into the Christmas ones, which probably led to him doing the Santa Claus movies that he did, which I love those.
True.
So
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no. What's funny about Tim is he was the perfect, goofy, cheesy, lovable dad. Doofus, but it came out that he was kind of a dunce, but he loved his family.
Yes,
he worked his ass off.
Yes,
and he had those real life struggles. He'd always go to Wilson and have his real, he have his heart out on his sleeve,
and he would try to better it himself too. I mean, like I said, he'd always come out wrong whenever he'd tell it to Jill or whoever, but. I think they all understood that he realized that he did something wrong and tried to. And I mean, there were some tough episodes.
Totally.
Like the one where Randy might have cancer and all that. I mean, I cried during that episode when I watched it the first time. So, I mean, it wasn't always just gags. It's like Scrubs. Wasn't always just comedy all the time. They had some serious moments and stuff like that.
But that's what made the show work. It was so dynamic. Yeah. It had so many different aspects of it. It wasn't just like all laughs. It had, some sad parts, some funny parts, some life lesson parts.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what makes a really successful show is well-roundedness.
Yeah. And I honestly think that if they could have kept going longer than they did.
Yeah.
And I bet you they would have had everybody been a part of it. Because I think that's really why, from other interviews and stuff that I've heard, that's really the only reason Tim was like, no. Because, I mean, and it, like I said, it really hurt him personally when Jonathan Taylor Thomas left to go do other stuff. So, but, I mean, you got to realize, I mean, it's like them raising the kids themselves. Eventually, they got to let them go. And they got to,
Totally. Those kids want to go on and try to maybe become movie stars or, break out of TV.
Or go to college or whatever and all that stuff. So
I would never go to college if I was a child actor.
I would, because I could afford it.
I'd be like, man, I'm working. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
until they realized how ugly you got when you got older, and then they'd be like, it's not going to work for you, Brian.
Just because I have a face for radio doesn't mean you got to rub it in. All right, pal?
Oh, I'll rub your face all that I want.
I'm calling the cops. You're creeping me out. Another aspect of the show that was really, really awesome was it was kind of cool how it took place. A lot of sitcoms will take place in 1 or 2 settings. This had 3 main settings, and I really love that aspect. You had the backyard.
Yeah.
You had the living room.
Yeah.
And you had the TV set.
And then they would do other ones, too. They'd go on site to build a house or at a whatever, construction site and stuff like that.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, really. And then even on that, the house, they had several aspects. Like they had their bedroom, which a lot of good stuff happened in that, a lot of funny stuff. And then the boys' bedroom. And then the basement, which the basement by far was my favorite because he would always hit his head on that pipe every single time he went down.
Classic comedy.
Yeah. So
now that the show's been over for a while, it's been, when did it go off the air?
1999. Yeah.
Would you like to see a reunion show?
I would, and I think they've talked about it.
Ooh.
But I don't know what what's going on with it. I mean, I think another reason that's probably kind of keeping it from doing is Tim's really successful with that Last Man Standing show.
Yeah.
Which I love the original run of it. I thought it was hilarious, and I just have not really watched it since it came back on Fox.
How wild, though. The Last Man Standing, it was on Fox doing really well, and they canceled it.
No, it wasn't on. It wasn't on.
Who
Fox.
was it on?
It was on NBC.
NBC. And they canceled it, and I think it was for political reasons.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And people loved it so much they brought it back on Fox. And they're like, and Fox is like, we're not going to pass up a show with high ratings. How stupid is that?
Yeah. So, but then that just says something about Tim Allen himself.
Totally.
Home Improvement was like the #1 show when it went off, and the ratings were sliding a little bit, but they were still huge.
Justifiable. Yeah.
And then turns around and makes another show, which is almost the same exact thing.
Right.
It's a dad, a father, or a mother and father with 3 siblings, but instead of being boys, they're all daughters.
Right.
And instead of being a tool man, he works at an outdoor. It's the same exact show, but it's and my favorite part is the fact that all the guest appearances they've had. You know, Al has shown up. Jill has shown up.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas has showed up. I would love to see the other 2 boys show up occasionally, and I know that if Wilson was still alive, I'm sure he would have showed up in some aspect.
How great if Wilson is like he's like the guy at the drive-thru, but he's like a really short guy.
Yeah,
and your food over. Hey, howdy ho, here's your burger.
Yeah, howdy ho, neighborino. So, but
I don't know about you, but this was one of those shows back in like the mid 2000s. I was watching it because
syndication.
I was watching reruns and syndication, and just like Full House, just like the Cosby Show, just like so many other classic TV shows, sitcoms, I have seen every single episode of this show twice over.
Oh, I've seen it way more than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and I actually have, I think, the first 2 or maybe 3 seasons on DVD, and I'm slowly working my way to getting all of them because it's funny, it's hilarious.
It's so good.
And in my opinion, when the kids were younger, it got a little more serious. It was still funny, but it got a little more serious as the kids got older,
right? Because
they were dealing with more real life stuff. But when they were kids, the jokes between Randy and Tim, just back and forth, cracking jokes at each other and making fun of each, just hilarious.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminded me of my brothers at the time and our relationship with our dad, because we could do that and he'd just laugh it off. If it was funny, he'd just laugh.
Yeah.
It was,
Did your dad actually laugh kind of like this, right?
Yeah, when he was really funny, or when it was really funny, yeah. So, but no, it was just, it reminded me a lot of my childhood that I had, except for the fact that my parents were divorced and I had an extra brother,
right,
compared to them. But my dad was very much a Cro-Magnon man type guy that would grunt and would curse and whatever whenever he's working on something. But his favorite line that I learned from him as I got older and started working on stuff with him, he always calls stuff pig.
Pig?
Pig. like get in here, you pig, and stuff like that. And so I started saying that now, like if I'm working on a window at work or something like that, and I'm having trouble, I'm like, come on, you pig, get in there.
Got to grease that pig up.
Yeah. So, but
that's funny. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things we talk. There's so many amazing shows from the 90s.
Yes.
And this was a monster.
Oh, it was huge. I mean, it was one of those ones that I think it moved several different time slots and did just as well in every single one.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Well, if you haven't seen Home Improvement, you got to go watch it now.
Yeah. Trying to remember where you can't find it. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
So you can watch it when it's on Hulu. So, yeah, you can watch it on Hulu.
Watch it.
Go find it.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, definitely keep this one to yourself because
right. We don't want to hear it.
We don't want to hear this on this one.
Also, as a tribute to Wilson, I'm just going to do a little puppetry for you.
Hey, I got a problem, Brian Reno.
Howdy ho, neighbor.
Oh, you got to cover your face up.
I'm putting the fence in front of my face.
Yeah.
Like that.
You got any wisdom for me, Brian?
Well, as I always tell the wife, stitch in time saves 9. Take care, brush your hair. All right. Well, hey, that is Home Improvement. I'm so glad we tackled this one.
Yes.
Love Home Improvement.
I want to go home and watch it now.
I want to go home and improve my home.
Well, you should come over and improve my home.
No. Yours is a lost cause.
Hey.
I'd bulldoze it if I were you.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Hey, also, people have to make sure they go to our social media because you're going to be posting a picture of my puppetry.
Yes.
With Wilson. And that'll be on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the 90's Guyz.
Yes. And then you can also find this podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. And please leave us a review on iTunes so that we can grow up the charts.
Please. And also, I have, I'm going to put a little Easter egg into this episode. Okay. If you go onto YouTube and if you like our video and leave a comment, and there's a specific comment you have to leave, okay? You have to say, you guys are frickin' awesome. And you have to learn how to spell frickin' because I don't know how to spell it. If you leave that comment, I'm going to send you a 90's Guyz official vinyl sticker.
Oh, nice.
How about that?
How many are we getting? Just one?
One.
First one?
First one to do it.
Okay.
On YouTube, like the video and comment, you guys are freaking awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. That'll work.
I like giving back to the fans because they give so much to us.
Guess who's getting on YouTube to put that?
You're you're not allowed to.
Dang it.
I already gave you your sticker.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, that's going to do it. Oh, wait. We didn't mention what's our email?
Oh. It's the 90's Guyz podcast at gmail.com.
Good job, Chad.
Yeah.
I'm done teasing you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, just, send us an email. Let us know what you think.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any future topics you want to hear?
We want to hear them.
Yeah. Because we got some coming up.
Yeah.
Because of one of our fans that wrote us.
Thomas, right?
Thomas, yeah. Thank you, Thomas.
You the man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm going to miss you, bud.
I'm going to miss you, too.
I'm not going to see you till the next podcast.
I know. When's that going to go?
I don't know.
Are you leaving me for a week again?
It's a month this time.
Oh, you're a turd.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. My name's Brian.
And I'm Jed.
And we will see you next time.